Hey guys, what's up? It's Saul. And this is not a major thing at all, but this is a question that I see come up on the internet all the time. How do I find the snitch reliably? And so what I'm doing right now is I'm going to show you my foolproof way of always being able to find the snitch. As you know, the snitch allows you to access Cassie Mendoza, the gun runner, is a special vendor that's only open during certain days. Today is one of those days, and so I'm going to show you my foolproof trick for how to find the snitch. Now, there's two parts to this. You may not need the second part in a lot of cases if it works the way I'm about to show you. But if it doesn't work with part one, then you can do part two, and that will work. So I'm going to log into what I call my vendor character. This is the character that I keep all of my money on so that I can go buy stuff from the vendors to increase my expertise. So just to lay out what we're going to do, no matter where your character starts on the map or between Washington, D.C. or New York City, it doesn't matter where you begin. So this character is in New York. We're going to go ahead and fast travel back to D.C. because you can only find the snitch in Washington, D.C. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and fast travel to White House. Eventually we're going to end up fast traveling to a dark zone checkpoint, but the thing about the snitch that makes this work is that the snitch is kind of lured to you based on where your character first logs in, and you see the loading screen right there. I'm loading into the DC map. So when you go through that server load, my guess is at that point the snitch is drawn closest to you. So right now the snitch should be at a place that's right by the White House, but we can't know that for sure. And what people typically want is a way to know for sure. So what we're going to do is go up here to Dark Zone East, Charlie checkpoint, and we're just going to fast travel into there. Now the reason I'm talking about the server instance and what you load into is because, as you probably already know, every time you go into a dark zone checkpoint, it checks to see, and you see it's doing it right here. So it transfers you to an active DZ server where there's actually players in the DZ. This is to avoid farming. So now that the server transfer has gone through, the snitch should be just right outside this checkpoint. If for some reason this doesn't work, then I'll show you part two, but if it does work like I think it's going to, then I'll explain what part two is. But we're just going to go right up this ladder. This is one of the snitch locations. You're going to come back here. And surprisingly, the snitch is not here. Probably because I already had one server instance load. So, not a big deal. The snitch wasn't there. But here's how we're going to get around it. So we're going to go back into the checkpoint.
Access complete.
And then we're going to log out of this character while we're inside the checkpoint. That's important. So you take your character back inside the DZ checkpoint here, Charlie, and then you log out and then log back in. So what that's going to do is it's going to load up your world while you are in the DZ checkpoint. So now once this finishes loading back in,
Incoming dark zone drop.
we're not going to wait for a server transfer because it already transferred us to this server. We're just going to go right back out into the LZ from the DZ and try this ladder, and there you can already see the snitch's green triangle. It's foolproof. If it doesn't work the first time, then like I said, log back out and log in, and then you'll be able to come here and see the snitch. Like I said, sometimes it'll just work on the first try. As a reminder, you do not need to complete the snitch's bounty in order to be able to find Cassie. And it looks like Cassie is down in Foggy Bottom. So, and vendor is open. So, again, just to recap, first thing you want to do is log in with your character, and then whatever you need to do to get to Dark Zone East, Charlie checkpoint, go there. If the server transfers you to a different DZ server, chances are you can just come right up here to this area and find the snitch. If not, then go back into the DZ checkpoint, log out of your character, log back in, and then you'll be able to come directly to the snitch. So no need to fuss around the map for even 10 minutes. You can just come right in, and in a few minutes you can have the snitch found and know how to get to the vendor. So thanks for watching. Hope it helped.